All right, so a happy morning to each and everyone. So for today's session, we will be discussing new topic, which is all about the standardized recipes. So today is January 10, 2024. So I hope that everybody is doing good today and you will learn something from today's lesson. And of course, I'm expecting that um, you could answer our seat work for today. All right. So let's start with the overview. So when we say standardized recipe class, um, actually it plays a crucial role in the culinary world. Okay, why? Because it provides a consistent and reliable guide for preparing dishes in both home and professional kitchens. So ibig sabihin lang, um, when we will create a standardized recipes, of course, the main purpose is to prepare different dishes. Magluluto ka ng iba't ibang klase ng putahe. So, it can be at home or pwedeng sa mga restaurants, um, sa hotel, or sa kahit anong food service establishment, they need to create the standardized recipes na tinatawag. Okay? So, this is needed sa ating industry, especially sa culinary world. Okay? So, moving on. Yan. So, para mas maintindihan natin, we have our learning objectives that at the end of the session class, you as a student must be able to identify what is a standardized recipe all about. Okay? And then we will differentiate recipe format, yung recipe title, yung yield and portion size, and cooking and temperature, and of course, lastly is the ingredients and the quantities. Okay? So next, so what is a standardized recipe? So when we say standardized recipe, this is also known now as a recipe formulation. Okay, from the word formulation, it is something to do with the creation, okay, of a recipe, regardless if that is from the experiment or that is coming from the book or the recipe of your ancestors and whatsoever. So we need to create a certain recipe in order to have the outcome of the different dishes. So this is what we call the recipe formulation. So standardized recipe and recipe formulation is iisa lang po. Okay, so by definition, kapag sinabing standardized recipes, so this is a statement of ingredients and procedures required to prepare a food item. So as we can see, no, kayo as HM student, many times na siguro kayo from our sit work, no, na pinapagawa ko, or even siguro nung senior high school kayo if you have the cookery subject, no? Many times na kayong nakakakita ng recipe. And even nakapagbukas na rin naman siguro kayo ng recipe book, no? And even sa ating Google, masi-search natin kapag tinype lang natin yung word na recipe. So as you can see from that samples natin, ang recipe ay binubuo ng ingredients and of course procedures. But the question is that, dun lang ba nagtatapos yung pagka-create natin ng sinasabing standardized recipe or recipe formulation? Lagi lang bang ingredients and procedures? At kung hindi, paano ba yung format on how you will do the standardized recipes na tinatawag? Okay, so isa-isahin natin siya. So, number one is meron po tayong tinatawag na recipe format. So, when we say recipe format, this provides all information needed for production of a menu item should be selected. Okay? All information. So, we have the word all. So, mamaya, titingnan natin ano yung all information because it will not end with the ingredients and procedures lang lagi. No? baka may nami-mislook tayo na kailangan palang kasama sa isang standardized recipe. So, we have here, according to the recipe format pa din, most recipes list the ingredients. So, it is list in the order in which they are used. So, a block arrangement in which ingredients that are to be combined are grouped is helpful. So, sa recipe format natin, the first thing that you need to do is yung list ng ingredients natin is of course dapat in order. So in what way yung in order, Ma'am Steph? So yung in order natin, is for example, meron tayong dry ingredients, no? You will bake a bread. So normally ang ingredients ng bread is we have the APF or the all-purpose flour, we have sugar, meron din tayong cornstarch. So, anong napapansin nyo doon sa mga nabanggit kong ingredients? It's all comes to dry ingredients. So, yung tatlong yon, yung dry ingredients, kailangan nakagroup siya sa dry. So, kung ilalagay nyo siya sa format ng recipe, magkakasama dapat or magkakasunod sila. Okay? So, hindi pwedeng all-purpose flour and then we have evaporated milk, which is evaporated milk is mako-consider na natin as liquid ingredient. So, hindi pwedeng mag-jump yung ating mga ingredients, which is vice versa natin siyang inililista or ini-encode sa ating format. Okay, on how you will do the standardized recipe. Kailangan magkakagroup ang dry ingredients and of course the liquid ingredients, magkakasama yan or magkakasunod and so on and so forth. Okay? And listing the procedures directly across from the ingredients involved simplifies preparation and enables clear directions to be written in a minimum number of words. Ayan. So, normally nakikita natin sa mga recipe, may mga recipe na sobrang haba ng direction or methods, no? So, sa recipe format natin, pagdating sa procedures, kailangan nating maging direct to the point. Okay, for example, ang direction number 1 natin on how to fry banana Q. Halimbawa lang ha. So yung banana Q natin, the first step is put 1 liter of oil in the pan. Okay? So yung one sentence na yon, it composed of minimum words or number of words compared to may mga recipe in cooking banana Q. Open the gas stove, turn on the heat, and so on and so forth. Pero ang minimin lang naman pala is to put the oil or the cooking oil sa ating pan. Nagagets nyo? So, in creating procedures, we need to be specific and direct kung ano lang yung kinakailangan. The question is that, ma'am, paano po pag kinopy-paste lang kasi namin to from the Google or may pinagkopyahan kaming book? So, most of the time, ang ating mga culinarians or chef, even that is coming from the Google or books and whatsoever, you need to recreate it. That's why we have the format, no? Ibig sabihin, hindi tayo basta-basta kokopya lang from the Google or from the book. Ikaw na mismo mag-a-analyze or ikaw na yung mag-aayos ng content. Okay? So, halimbawa, ma'am, yung procedure is napaka-iksi naman na. Kailangan pa ba naming palitan? Pwede kang mag-revise, no, ng mga words to be used if that is coming from other sources. Okay? Para mas maging reliable or realistic yung ginagawa mo format ng recipe. Okay? So, naiintindihan naman ba? Ayan. So, next natin. So, we have also in creating a standardized recipe, meron po tayong tinatawag na recipe title. So, common sense, lahat ng culinarian, no, once we prepare food, of course, we know what is the name of that food. So, in creating standardized recipe, the title should be printed in large type and either centered on the page or placed to the left of the top of the page. So, sa inyo kasing laboratory, ako na ang magpiprint lahat ng pinasa ninyong recipe, no? Pero kapag dumating ang time, pag nag-second year kayo, halimbawa meron kayong cooking ulit, take note that the title should be printed in a large type. Okay, paano yun? Ibig sabihin yung font size, no? Then, samahan mo na rin ng font type. Yung formal na font type. Usually, ang mga formal na font type is yung Arial, Calibri, Bookman old style. Yan yung mga formal font type natin. So, pwede nyo siyang gamitin. And when we say large, ibig sabihin, mas malaki yung size nito, no, yung font size niya, kumpara dun sa ibang details or information na pwede mo pang ilagay sa iyong um, recipe format. Okay, the first thing is we need to have the recipe title. So as you can see here from the example, meron tayong easy breakfast tortilla pizza. So, pwede mo siyang ilagay sa gitna. Ayan, nakikita nyo na sa gitna na siya. Or, if you want, pwede rin siyang sa left side ng Word or ng document. Okay, itong dalawang to. So, wala kayong nakikitang right, wala kayong makikitang nasa lower, or wala kayong nakikitang center at the mids. Center to at the top. No? So, alin lang sa dalawang pwede nyong piliin when you are creating the recipe title, saan nyo siya ipi-place. Okay? So, we have the yield and portion size. So, the total recipe yield may be provided in measure, weight, number of pans, or number of portions. So, sa recipe format natin, aside from the recipe title, dapat makikita yung servings. Okay? So, yung servings natin, for example, number one person. Pero, normally kasi, we don't need to entail na the word person. Kasi yung one, representation na yan ng one guest or one customer. So, pwede tayong maglagay servings and then sa ilalim ng servings is one. Or pwedeng two. Depende kung ilan yung pwedeng i-accommodate ng dish na epe-prepare mo. And then, there are times sa servings, hindi lang more of customer or guest yung pinipinpoint. Sometimes, yung quantity, ilan yung kanilang pwedeng i-provide or i-serve. Like two pans of pizza. Pero sa mga recipe, hindi na nilalagay yung specific name ng dish. Basta ito lang mismo. Yung mga keywords lang. Or it can be 100 grams. Kasi isang plate lang pala yung servings nun, no? And meron din tayong number 4 dito, which is 5 sticks halimbawa of chicken barbecue. Ayan. So, you don't need to entail chicken barbecue anymore kasi ang inaano lang natin dito is yung servings. Pag ang usapin kasi ng servings sa context ng culinary, laging ang pinipinpoint lang nito is yung measure. Not necessary ano yung ano niya, ano yung supporting details niya. Okay? Ano yung minimi ng 5 sticks, ano yung pino-point out nun. Hindi na kailangan yon. Okay po? So, next natin, we have the cooking time and temperatures. Of course, this information is often listed at the top of the page. So, normally, ito ay sa mga baking, no? Pag magbe-bake tayo or magro-roast tayo ng chicken, no? Kailangan natin ng temperature. Pero pag halimbawang normal dish lang ang ipe-prepare natin, okay lang na kahit walang temperature. Just the cooking time lang, okay na yon. Okay? And of course, do not forget the equipment needed, no, sa ating ipe-prepare na dish. Kailangan nakalist daw niyan under the cooking time and temperature. Ano ba yung mga sample equipments natin? We have the chopping board, kitchen knife, ano pa ba? Pans, no? We have the plates, yan, grater, can opener, utility tray, at padami pa. Ang daming equipment na ginagamit kapag tayo nag-prepare ng food. So, kailangan nyo ring i-list down lahat ng possible na gagamitin for the preparation of the dish. And do not forget the scheduling of cooking because it can be determined without reading the entire recipe. So, mahalaga kasi yung ano natin, yung you know the time frame, no? Halimbawa, in preparing a pizza, you have the 20 minutes lang, tapos na agad. So, if you know the schedule or the time frame on how you will finish the pizza, you know already the whole execution ng recipe mo. Kahit hindi ka na tumingin at tumingin sa recipe mo, alam mo na yung gagawin mo. Kasi alam mo yung beginning time mo or yung starting point kung anong oras ka magpe-prepare at ano yung end time niya. Kasi sa kitchen, no, hindi pwedeng hanggang kailan mo lang gusto matapos. Sa reality, pag nagtrabaho po kayo, hindi po pwedeng depende, no? Nakadepende sa bilis, nakadepende sa mood ninyo kung kailan niyo tatapusin. Lagi tayong may time frame para matapos niyo i-prepare yung dish. So, kailangan alam niyo yung tamang schedule or time frame. For example, may guest tayo na nagsabay or customer na nagsabay sa restaurant na nag-order ng pizza. Wherein ang pizza is nagagawa ng 20 minutes per one guest. Dalawang guest yung nagsabay. So, paano mo ngayon siya tatapusin? So, hindi mo pwedeng i-add yung 20 plus 20 minutes pa. No? Both yun, 20 minutes, kailangan mong matapos ng sabayan. So, nagmumultitask ka na din at the same time. Pero, kailangan quality at standard pa din yung ginagawa mo. Pero yan kasi madali na lang if you know already, familiar ka na sa loob ng kitchen. Alam mo na yung dapat mong gawin. Okay? So, sa baguhan, syempre, mangangapa dahil um, sa mga damis eh. Yun nga, yung mga baguhan, paisa-isa lang muna yun ng salang, paisa-isa lang ng gawa. Pero kapag napapractice na natin or usual na natin siyang ginagawa, parang sometimes yung time frame mo, beforehand pa lang, tapos mo na pala i-prepare yung dish. Hindi mo na mamalayan kasi alam mo na. Yung ingredients, yung sukat, no? Yung oras na dapat mong galawan is memorize mo na. Okay? So napakahalaga ng ano natin ng recipe na ang isang culinarian dapat familiar sa recipe. Hindi ka kasi pwedeng on the spot mag-iisip ka ano ipe-prepare mong food. Hindi pwede yun eh. Kailangan mauna muna yung recipe mo bago ka pumasok sa kitchen. Kasi kung papasok ka sa kitchen at hindi mo alam ang ipe-prepare mo at wala kang set of direction, so wala ding direction yung dish na inihahanda mo. Ano lang yan, come what may. Parang bahala na. Wala naman tayo sa bahay all the time. 'Di ba? Ito yung i-apply nyo pag nagtrabaho kayo soon. Or kung sa bahay, pwede rin naman ninyo itong i-apply. Pero sa bahay kasi, walang masyadong pressure or challenge kasi sa bahay tayo nagpe-prepare eh. Anytime pwede nating tapusin. Okay? So, magkaiba yon kapag sa professional kitchen or sa culinary industry na natin to gagawin. Okay? And we have example, yan, ng ating cooking time and temperature. May makikita tayong preparation time, 5 minutes. Ito yung, in the other term, we have the word kung familiar kayo or nabanggit ko na to sa mga na-discuss ko nung prelim, the word mise en place. So, meron tayong 5 minutes. Pag sinabing 5 minutes mise en place, lahat na ng kinakailangan mo nakapag-chop ka na, nahugasan mo na yung equipments mo, na-separate mo na lahat ng dry and liquid ingredients mo, naka-ready na lahat ng gagamitin mong kitchen equipment, within 5 minutes preparation time mo yan. Kasi magkaiba po yan sa cooking time. Yung cooking time, kailangan hindi ka na naghihiwa dyan. Hindi ka na naguhugas pa ng mga vegetables or meat mo. Lahat okay na. Lahat nakahanda na. Lahat maayos na. So, within 15 minutes, kailangan mong mailuto yung dish mo na yun. So, hindi pwede siyang sumobra ng time, pero pwede kang mag-advance before 15 minutes matapos mo. So, pag hindi, magkakaproblema ka dyan, the end of the day. Kasi in reality, meron tayong time frame din na kailangang um, isubmit sa guest or customer natin. Let's say, for example, are you willing to wait at least 15 minutes for the 15 to 20 minutes for the preparation of your food? 'Di ba? Gagawin natin yun. Hindi pwedeng magantay sila. Kasi hindi pa luto eh. Order sila. Unethical po iyon. So, kailangan po nating tapusin yung 15 minutes. Regardless yan, kung maraming order, kailangan mong gawa ng paraan. Okay? So, makikita mo lang yan sa standardized recipe, kaya kailangan familiar ka. Okay? Sa ginagawa mo. So, total time natin, prep time 5 minutes, 15 times cooking time. So, total time ng kabuang preparation is 20 minutes lang. So, normally kasi sa mga restaurant, hindi naman yan sila nagmi-mise en place on that hour agad. Pagka-order, dun pa lang sila magpe-prepare. No. Other are times na may diskarte na pagpasok pa lang ng work, kung opening ka at naka-assign ka sa kitchen, nagmi-mise en place na yan sila. Naghihiwa na, no? Nagpe-prepare na ng mga syrup, nagpe-prepare na ng mga ingredients, huhugas na ng mga equipment. So, pag na nag-order, ready na lahat. Ilalagay mo na lang na ilalagay lahat ng kakailanganin mo. So, sometimes nalilesen na yung 5 minutes mo. Yung 5 minutes na prep time mo dito, na-add na siya sa cooking time mo. Kasi nakapag-prepare ka na ahead of time. Okay? So, ingredients and quantities. So, names of ingredients are generally listed on the left side of the recipe, with the quantities arranged in one or more column to accommodate different yield. So, in creating standardized recipe, you need to arrange, gaya na sinasabi ko, yung list of ingredients natin, lahat ng dry and liquid ingredients is kailangan magkaka-block sila or magkakasunod or magkakasama. Or pwede namang mag-create ka pa ng another column if hindi na kasya sa isang column. But never to use excessive bond paper. Pag binrint mo, ang daming bond paper kasi ang haba-haba ng ingredients, no? Lahat pinaglalagay doon. Though kailangan naman lahat, pero may mga space kasi na kailangan mong i-occupy. So, papakita ko sa inyo yung sample ng standardized recipe sa next slide. But I just want you to be clear na ina-arrange po lahat ng ingredients natin on one or more columns. Okay? And it includes the methods or direction sa ibaba na. So here's the example. So example natin sa recipe title is grilled barbecue short ribs with dry rub. Saan ko nilagay po ang recipe title? Nasa left side. Pero according kanina sa ating discussion, is pwede rin nating ilagay sa center. Okay? And then as you can see, we have the cooking time and temperature, which is the preparation time. 15 minutes cooking time, 1 hour and 35 minutes additional time, 30 minutes, and total time is 2 hours and 20 minutes. So ito, pwede nyo rin siyang i-arrange ng pa-landscape style. Okay? Pwede magkakasunod dito, magpo-form kayo ng line. Or pwede naman din to. As long na sa baba ng recipe title is yung tinatawag na um, cooking time and temperature, which is ito po iyon. Okay, and then sa baba nun, do not forget the yield in the portion, which is yung serving size. Yan, nakita nyo 4. So, yan ang nasa baba ng ating recipe title. Okay? And meron tayong ingredients. Ayan. Column 1, 1 tablespoon packed brown sugar. On how to create, ano ba yung kine-create natin or ipe-prepare? Grilled barbecue short ribs with dry rub. So, yung column 1 natin, dito sa ating left side, may 1 tablespoon packed brown sugar, 1 tablespoon paprika, 1 tablespoon chili powder, 1 teaspoon salt, 1 teaspoon garlic powder, 4 pounds beef, short ribs, bone-in, trim of fat, Reynolds Wrap heavy-duty aluminum foil. You can also include the brand name. Pwede din. Pero kung ano, pwede rin naman din hindi. Then 1/2 cup barbecue sauce plus additional for serving. So, kung halimbawang meron pa ditong ingredients, more than dito sa ating nasa column 1, pwede mo siyang i-transfer na dito sa column 2. Okay? Example is 1 teaspoon soy sauce, salt, and 4 cups of butter. I-place mo na siya para ma-maximize mo yung space dito sa kabilang side. At kung may mas marami pa dyan, pwede ka pang mag-create ng another column hanggang ma-maximize mo yung bond paper. Okay? Hindi yung idediretsuin mo hanggang dulo and then magsa-second page ka na pagdating sa methods or direction. Okay, again, ang pinag-uusapan natin on how to create a standardized recipe. Paano kayo magpo-formulate ng standardized recipe? So, sa direction natin, ito yung pinaka-last part natin. You need to put step 1. Very important yan. Kailangan meron tayong included na photos as much as possible. So, ito ay sa standardized recipe, ha? So, mixed brown sugar, paprika, chili powder, salt, garlic powder in a medium bowl. So, as you can see, may picture tayo sa baba, no? So, mas nakakatulong to sa ating chef na makita no? Pero actually sa baguhan lang 'to kasi kung usual mo ng ginagawa, um, okey na kahit wala kang titingnan. Pero yun nga, pinag-uusapan kasi natin is standardize, so kailangan nating, mag-follow at 'wag mag-shortcut 'no, sa pagke-create nito. So in step 2 natin, cut ribs into equal portions, generously rub spice mixture onto all surfaces of ribs, and then place ribs in a single layer in a glass baking dish. Cover and refrigerator for 30 minutes to 1 hour. So again, we have the pictures here. Okay? So, yung directions natin, very necessary to have the word step 1, step 2, or pwede ding procedure 1, procedure 2, and then pwede nyo rin siyang i-highlight para mas clear sa inyo habang ginagawa nyo yung dish na yon. Lalo na kapag unfamiliar yung dish. Kapag familiar naman na rin kayo sa dish, of course, kailangan pa rin mag-create ng standardized recipe. Kasi standard nga eh. From the word standard, hindi po tayo pwedeng um, dediretso ng kitchen na walang hawak na mga recipe. Okay? Kung halimbawang usual mo naman na ginagawa, okay lang na wala kang hawak. Usually, nakastore na lang tong mga document na to sa office, no, ng restaurant. Kahit wala ka ng copy sa kitchen, pero uh, meron tayo sa locker ng ating mga chef. Usually, naka-compile yan or pwede rin sa system, no? Naka-save ang ating mga files for cooking. Okay? So, ayan. So, I guess, ay yung equipment, no? Di natin na ano. Equipment, pwede nyo po siyang ilagay sa baba ng ating cooking time and temperature. You can list down below the servings the equipment needed. You need to put the word equipment needed and then ano-ano yung mga kakailanganin mo for cooking. Okay, bago kayo mag-proceed sa ating ingredients. So some of you, no, na-check ko ang inyong mga sinubmit para sa ating upcoming laboratory. Mako-consider natin siya as substandard. Hindi ko sinasabing mali yun, pero usually yan ang mga sinasubmit ng mga student. Pero it's fine kasi nga, ano din naman yan accepted. Nga lang, makakategorize siya as substandard. Pero ang pinag-uusapan kasi natin ngayon is on how to create standardized recipe. So I hope na you have learned something from today's lesson and I want you to answer our sit work then, no? Because you will be creating a sample standardized recipe. Okay, if may hindi klarado, do not hesitate to message me. Or kung may gusto pa kayong maunawaan, I suggest to watch again this pre-recorded lesson. Okay, so good luck sa inyong sit work and see you on January 17 to our first laboratory at 7 a.m. And prepare everything na pinapa-prepare ko na nabanggit ko na last meeting natin. Okay? So that's all for today, class. Thank you for listening and have a nice day ahead. Goodbye, everyone.